Gun control for war or peace. The proposition above sounds beautiful to our ears, but is not in essence. Does controlling of guns invoke war or promote peace? It promotes war. Let me further explain and show you how. Let me begin with the definition of terms related to gun control. First is self-defense. It is everyone's right to protect oneself from any risk or dangers of any kind of intrusion or untoward tragic accident and death or loss of life. Second is the gun control. It prohibits any civilian to possess a gun or a firearm at home or any establishment. It prohibits any ordinary person from obtaining or having a gun for self-possession or self-defense. Under this policy, military, police, soldiers, or any persons in uniform can have and bear guns anywhere and everywhere. Third one is the gun regulations. These are a set of requirements and guidelines to obtain a firearm. It doesn't prohibit anyone from having a gun to a defined extent. It provides the guidelines and requirements in obtaining and using firearms in terms of place, situation, and purpose. As long as you meet all the requirements set by the regulating body, everyone has a chance to possess a gun for self-fulfillment and self-defense. That being said, gun control deprives every citizen from the right for self-defense and self-protection from any illegal and dangerous intrusions on oneself, privacy, and private property. Let's talk about the gun control of the following realms. On the realm of possibility, in reality, we cannot deny the fact that there are always lawless elements in the society. You can illegally obtain guns even under stricter gun control regulations. And if only the military, police, soldiers, or any man in uniform can only have and bear guns anywhere and everywhere, these will leave the ordinary people easy and defenseless victims against these lawless people, terrorists, or abusive men in uniform. That means that even there is a gun control exclusively for men in uniform, illegal possession of firearms is always possible. The disadvantage of this gun control is it makes a civilian helpless and defenseless, especially for self-defense at home or in any place when threat is real. On the realm of relevance, gun control is irrelevant because we cannot deny the fact that at the time terrorism and lawlessness are rampant around us, when there is a classified situation that puts an ordinary person at risk and helpless due to terrorism and lawlessness, he or she doesn't have to wait for a police to come and do her rescue. A victim would have to run to police station for 2 to 5 kilometers to report that he or she is held up and terrorized. If he or she has a gun at that moment, he or she can defend himself or herself on the spot by neutralizing the gunman. If there are hostage situations in the vicinity and there is a possibility of multiple victims, a civilian with an arm can act and avoid any possible massacre. In reality, in our current situation, most violence and terrorism are made far from the visibility of our police men and women, soldiers or military men and women. Before you can have a rescue from them, you're already fatally wounded, moribund, or dead. On the realm of necessity, gun control is not necessary. Gun regulations are very necessary instead. The gun regulating body must religiously do their mandate, intensify their screening and test to all gun owner applicants and make rigorously defensive and preventive other actions in hunting illegal possessions of firearms. Having said all this, gun control for peace or for war, the predicate of the proposition is too broad and too far from the gun control. Immediate consequences, relevance, possibility, and necessity. However, in trying to connect to the proposition above, gun control paves the way for terrorists to spread terrorism massacre to helpless civilians, like in Syria, Iraq, and Libya. Paves the way to men in uniform to become abusive and arrogant. Paves ethnic cleansing, paves the civil war. Gun control is despotic, abusive, and illegal to nature. Gun control promotes division among people, death and destruction of civilization, lives of innocent children, and especially the human values. Gun control is unimaginable, irrelevant, and not necessary. The right to protect oneself is more important, more irrelevant, and more necessary. The right to life is the most precious thing in the world. In short, gun control is posits war and destroys peace. No to gun control by all